Welcome, everybody, to another energy update. This is a recording. This won't be live because I do have a bit of there's some things going on today, and so decided to just record this for you guys. We're going to open up, we're going to expand. I am going to keep it to the third big topic that I'm also opening myself up to share with you guys. I have not done in a really, really long time. But it is actually really important, I feel, to open up to our new system of support, aka business. And let me give you a little bit of I'm going to share something that just popped up for me right now as I was hyping the word business. The first two words of business is be you. And that is exactly what the energy of business is all about. It is about being you. Being you as your soul light is what we came here to do. It is actually our biggest mission, aka job. But this isn't just a job where I clock in and I work for somebody else and I trade my time for money. This is about like your soul mission, your soul calling. Being who you are is the biggest thing. It's the biggest quote unquote business. And even with that, there's a lot of different heaviness around the word. There's a lot of different misperceptions, conceptions, perceptions, distortions about what this is. But we're in the being me, being you journey. And in that, we get to receive a new level of support. We get to bring through a new system, a whole new system of support that not just supports me, but supports everybody else. Right now, as I share this on the 26th of November, there's so much within the world and in your world that's happening right now that is literally realigning your support system. This is moving us away from the normality of just having one stream of income, of having one, per se, job to go to. This is moving us away from just having one I'm going to say one system of support, one job, one employer. This is about starting to open up. This is starting to open up. And a lot of us are in here. A lot of us have been the entrepreneurs, the business owners, the soulpreneurs for a while. A lot more are coming. A lot more are starting to open up and are starting to feel a new level of a new system arising. This is so, it's actually really cool for me to talk about this. And I've been the air. There's so much air going on right now. There's so much change with this. And in fact, it's interesting because I've been coming here, this is the third day that I outside. It has not been this windy. And now that I'm talking about this means massive, major change in the area of business, in the area of economy, in the area of financial stability, because all of these were old systems. These are old systems that are no longer in alignment with what we came here to bring and with who we are as our soul light. And it's, again, it's really, really cool to talk about this because this isn't just energy talk in like, oh, it's in the ethers. We can see it in the ethers. Yeah, we can see it in the ethers. But no, it's happening right now in our physical worlds. It has finally materialized in a big way. I know it has materialized in different areas of our, of this century or the last century. In fact, um, this is going to be unlike anything that we have seen in the last 2 centuries, which means it's big, which means right now we have a window of opportunity where we have the ability to grow something for ourselves. We have the ability to share our light, our knowledge, our experiences with other people that were there where we were year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years ago, and provide a new level of support. This is a new system of support. And in that, there is an exchange. There's an exchange of information, and then there is a monetary exchange. This is, again, a new level of support, which, by the way, we've been doing this. We've been doing this for a really long time. However, this is going to become more at the forefront of our new um, a new structure of support, because right now the quote unquote big structures that are not really that big, as strong or powerful as we once thought, are starting to collapse, are starting to be realigned. There's all kinds and all things that are happening right now with that system. And the biggest thing is that the way that we used to see the system and the way that we used to um, receive support and the way that we used to trust is no longer going to be the same. And so all of this is propelling us, it is pushing us to a whole new level of support, a whole new level of exchange with one another. Our one, our 9 to 5, our full time job is no longer as secure as we once thought. Everything is changing. Everything, and this is a normal part of the process. We saw it back in 2020. 2020 was just a little taste of what is coming. This is to open you up. This isn't to, oh my God, what do I do? Well, of course, it's going to trigger and activate a lot of different subconscious fears, but it's also part of what we need to open up to and feel so that we can start to open up to the new systems that are already in place. Okay. There are new systems that are already in place. You are the new system, by the way. You are the new system of your support. And we have to continually open up to that. I know there's going to be tons of different things to work through because all this time we've been living through a perception that says, I'm this little human. I am this little person. I am, this weak, powerless being. When in reality, you are the most powerful being. You are the most expanded. You are everything. You are the whole universe. You are the whole world. You literally are everything. And so going through that mind shift, going through that new level of consciousness is everything. A lot of people talk about and ask, how is this new system going to take place? How is this new system going to be brought through. And the biggest thing that I want to remind you right now is that this isn't somebody else's job. This is each and every single one of us mission to open up to. This is about allowing ourselves to be this new support system, this structure. We have to continually build that, allow that. Our body knows what to do, by the way. Our bodies know exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it. And so this is more about allowing your body and allowing more clarity to come through, because your body will guide you every step of the way. Your body will guide you through all of these different pathways. It will tell you, it will show you, it will prepare you for more things. This is no longer going to be a this is no longer a me game. Me, just for my benefit, working, earning just for me. This is going to take a new collective route where we're going to start to become more unified, which I feel like we all at some level need, because there's so much disruption going on. This is about opening up to building new communities of support, building new families, bridging the gap, uniting more and more and more with others that are in the exact same place that you are. So again, the destabilization of the old systems of support are going to continue to be very palpable in the next 5 years. We have an opportunity right now to start building something outside of these systems. And the beauty is that I'm already seeing that. There's already lots more companies out there, lots more businesses out there that are much more conscious, that are much more open, that are building things in a sustainable way that supports Mother Earth, that supports human nature, that supports our mental, emotional, and physical and energetic health. And it's going to be really important to also open up to supporting these companies too. And opening yourself up to having your own business, your own support system. Because you already are. You already hold everything. You already have enough knowledge and enough expertise to support other people and to do it in a way that supports you as well. This is going to continue to grow. This is going to continue to be a really big factor, a really big system. And that is a confirmation of my sneeze. Um, Confirmation of that with with me sneezing. Building you is how we build our new support systems. And it's interesting. It's not that I haven't been, you know, in business. I have actually. I've always been for the last 15 years. However, when I started to awaken, when I started my awakening process, and shortly right after my ascension process, it was very clear to me that this was my focus. This had to be my focus. I had to go deeper inside. I had to go all in. And now that I'm coming out, I'm completing 9 years of that, and actually 10 years since my first awakening. And really and recognizing and knowing that this is where I was. This was such a huge part of my journey of being in this, solely this, for 10 years. I wasn't talking about the business side. I wasn't talking about too much anyway about the new systems and new structures and the money and all of these different things. I wasn't. However, I was still working through all of that stuff. I was going through. I have been, I went through completely collapse of that system that I had somewhat built for myself, 3 years ago, and that had to collapse. And I had to go through the process of just rebuilding that and opening up and going through deeper levels of my own internal collapse and internal dissolution in order to come back into a new space and in order for me to be able to talk about this from a whole different level. A month ago or so, 2 months ago, actually a month, 2 months, almost 2 months, the door opened up. Um, a little bit wider, like it opened up a little bit more. It had opened up. It was opening up, but almost 2 months ago it was like, okay, now you really need to open up and be more present with this, talk a little bit more about this, support other people that are also ready to build the new, to people that are ready to support themselves, to build whatever kind of business, whatever kind of new support that you see. You're opening up to a whole new audience too. Um, New support, new community, again, new system. And it just, when I started to feel into that, it just kind of felt, I really integrated that in a way of like, oh, yeah, you know what? It took me that long. Yeah, I needed to go through this other process first. And now I am ready to support and to share, because I have been in the business and marketing world a lot longer. But I needed to kind of take myself out in order to go deeper into it. And now feeling into this new flow of, okay, how do we talk? How do I share? How do I support? Which this is where I am. And I'm sharing it with you because the abundance, the physical, and obviously when we talk about abundance, it's energy. We are abundance. Literally, we are the embodiment of abundance. Right now, during this transition, we're going to continue to feel and we're going to continue to see polar opposites. We're going to see more of this magical, abundant world, and we're going to continue to see also more of this lack-based filled perceived world. And we have to be more conscious about both of them. We have to be more open to both of them because both of them reside inside. The stress, the uncertainty, the anxiety that this energy, the business of lack, the energy of money, the energy of financial, the financial, the monetary support is all going to activate an enormous amount of things for us. And the biggest thing is to feel that, is to open up more to what you're feeling, open up more to these energies that are being activated inside of you, because that is how you break through. And that is how you start to see this energy in a whole new way. There is more than enough for everyone. There is more than enough support. There is more than enough for everyone on here. And one of the biggest things that I remember one of my teachers saying is that the lack that we see, the lack that we experience in our physical world comes from us subconsciously accepting that and allowing it. One of my biggest words is allowing. And I want to bring this into you as well. So that you can ask yourself, where am I allowing this level of lack? Where am I allowing this level of scarcity? Where am I allowing these closed doors? Where am I allowing this? Because somewhere in your body, you are allowing exactly what you're living. Everything that you feel you don't have enough. And I'm talking about like really things that you do need. The physical, like your basic needs that your body does need. The basic needs that your body needs to sustain itself. If there is some sort of lack in this, I want you to start to feel this in your body. Where is this energy being allowed inside of your body? Okay, this is going to be a closed door. This is a closed door that you have not allowed yourself to open up. This is a closed door that you have locked, that you have closed and locked this door. And you've hidden the key. This is all you. This is all me. This has nothing really to do with anybody else. These are the doors inside of ourselves that we have closed up. That we have literally said, no, I don't deserve that. I'm not good for that. I'm not worthy of that. In subconsciously and at a deep DNA level, the level of perception, the misperception that we have about ourselves is the lowest of the lows. And so this whole reality has been this tremendous, incredibly torturous, sacrificial, and punishing experience. And our minds makes us think that that's part of our service. Our mind makes us think that that's part of what we need to do in order to be worthy. Our mind makes us feel that this is part of what heals us, when it just keeps us trapped, living and reliving the same realities over and over and over and over. And until you, at a deep, 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 deep soul level, start to feel this and start to sense this with your whole body and your whole and all of your senses, that's when you start to break. That's when the chains break. This is when the locks break too. That's when the door breaks. Sometimes the doors won't open. Sometimes I'll have to break completely to open yourself up to remembering that there is a whole different world, that there's a whole different reality for you out there that you also chose. You also chose this. And for pretty much everyone on this planet, we chose the opposite first. And then we come back into, oh, that was just an experience. That was just an experiment. This, what's behind this door, what's on the other side of fear, what's on the opposite side of my ego separation, this is pure. This is what we all came here to be and to share. You have tons of things to share. I have tons of things to share. That is part of how we activate our abundance. That is how we start to activate more of this receptivity, where we start to receive more of our light. And that's also a really, really big one. The old systems of support created this level of exchange from lack, where we weren't really receiving more abundance. We weren't receiving light, we were receiving more lack. So now everything is shifting and everything is changing. And the energy that is coming in has to be light and it has to be pure. In order for your light to utilize it to its highest and build from that energy. So there are moments and there are experiences where we say, no, this isn't coming, this isn't feeding my light, this isn't coming from light, this is, this is supporting a whole other system. And even though it might look really pretty, even though there's a lot of, tons of zeros, tons of figures, it could be a lot of money, might look really pretty, but inside and the energy that revolves around it is not coming from light. And if that thing that you are receiving, the opportunity, the service, the money, the support, isn't filling you, filling your light, soul, your soul light, isn't supporting you at the soul level, then we don't take it. Not that we can't, we can. The ego will. The separation ego says, oh, yes, 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 yes. That's because it's feeding it. That support, that money that's coming in is feeding the ego. And then what happens? It's only a matter of time before it collapses. So now everything shifts and everything changes. And the biggest thing is that we as a soul need to feel into everything so that we know what this actually supports. And you'll start to see that as you continue to say no to what doesn't support your light, and you start to say yes to more of the things that do support you as a soul, as a soul, you're going to be filled with that sort of support, and it's going to be more than enough. You can have an abundance of light support. The beauty right now is that everything is already shifting. This next cycle, this next linear year that's coming through, there's going to be much more light coming through, which is an amazing, amazing thing for each and every single one of us, because now we're going to be able to feel and fill more of our soul light with the light that's coming through. And it's going to be also easier to say no to that doesn't. So we're moving into a very huge transition, humongous changes, allowing your soul light to be the biggest source, your biggest support system is huge. Wherever you are right now, those of you that feel ready to start opening up to building your own system, building your own, your own business, I'm here. I'm here to support in every level and in every area. The cool thing about energy is that, it's because everything is energy. You're able to you are able to you as energy, and because once you start to read more of the energy, then you can support in any and every way. And if this is something that also calls you, in fact, I'll put a link. I'll add a link to I'll link in the description for those of you that are interested, are ready, would like to receive more support in your own business, would like to receive more support in opening up to energy. I'll just put everything there. I have a school here, a school that I'm opening up, that I will bring all of these different areas, all of these different topics to further support you in this journey and in this process. So I'm going to leave it at that. Going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for opening up. Thank you so much for being here with us, because it is such an enormous undertaking right now. Thank you for all that you are and for opening up. And I'll see you guys in the next video.